video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use the new John Next Door Bow Bells die set to make a quite simple and quick card using some or all of the elements that we get in the set. And in the set, you're going to receive 2 large bows, 2 small bows, 2 bells, and the sentiment which reads Christmas bells with the little bells. Again, the same design as these, just a slightly different size in there. So all designed to work together. And the 2 dies that we get that are solid in the bows have also got a lot of debossing detail. And what that means is that you can actually use those and you can ink on them. So you can actually get a debossed impression from that with ink. Or they will press into the card to give you a beautiful detail in the card itself. Works beautifully with the satin or mirror card. And then you get the outline dies which go over the top. And the outline dies give you that beautiful outline around it and make it look really expensive and very, very sort of classic and very classy. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the bells and we're going to make a card up using some scraps. So to start with, I'm going to just cut these, and they're very simple to cut. So what I would do is I would alternate 2 colours. So in this one, I'm just going to use the same just to show you how they cut and how they come out. So I'm just going to put all 4 down. We'll put the little bells down as well, and we'll pop the sentiment down. We've cut them all together. And what I tend to do is to cut everything all in both of the colours. It's very easy to work that way. So I'm taping it down, and then we can alternate between them. So I'm using here Crafts 2 from the Craft Artist range. This is the vintage gold, so this is in sort of an old gold look, and this is the satin card. So as per normal, we just run them through your die cutting machine, which is what I'm doing off air, which is why you're getting a sound of my elbow moving. So really simple and easy to cut, and you can see here when I pop these out, you get the beautiful outside rim. We'll just pop the little pieces out, and again, this would be great for putting glossy accents in or for paper piecing. And you get the beautiful detail with that debossed area in them. So you can put it on top for a tone on tone, or you can mix with another colour. So I'll just pop the other pieces out so you can see what else is in there. So obviously we get 2 sizes of bow, an outline and a finer piece. So here's the finer piece of the larger bow. And here's the smaller inside. You also get the 2 little bells, which are just popping out now. So we'll pop those onto the board so you can see those. And you get the sentiment, which again echoes it, cuts very simply out. Let's just pop this one out properly. And gives you that beautiful detailing. So you can see here, very easy and readable, and it says Christmas bells, which matches with the beautiful bell dies that we have within Sam's Bell from this year's collection. This is all from the new 2022 Christmas collection from John Next Door. So I'll just get these little bits out. Some of them actually deboss, and it's all done in the same font across the whole collection this year, so it will tie in with all the other sentiments that are available. So you can see there we get those beautiful Christmas bells. So we're going to make our bows up. I'm just going to make one up as I've got some already made, and it's boring to watch me make lots. So here I've got a piece we've just cut, which is in the satin, and I've done the same with the larger bow outline, just in the gloss in the old gold. I've got a gloss one there, and we've got the satin there. So all I would do to stick them together is use a little bit of spray glue. You can obviously use glue glaze, or put the glue on the back of your hand if you want to. I find sort of spray glue is a lot quicker and easier, and as long as I use a good permanent glue like the 3M craft mount, then I don't have any problems of it lasting. And these have been sized as well so that they will match perfectly with the baubles in the earlier range. So you can see there, just pop it on top, and we'll do the same with the smaller one. And it's just a case of slotting it on. They were drawn together so they're exactly the same size. And to shape these, all I'm going to do is take the rounded section of my pokey tool and just curl the bow over and fold it up. Curl the bow over and fold it up, and there I get that beautiful sort of opening bow. And the same with the smaller one, pulling it over between my thumb like that. So once we've got a collection of those, which I've already got here, so we'll bring those ones in. As I say, I cut everything in both colours, gives me lots of pieces. I've also cut to 1/4 of an inch some strips of the satin and the gloss card to represent ribbon. And I'm going to bring in a card blank that we're going to use on it. So I've just got a 6-inch card blank here that I've matted with white, satin and then gloss card. What we're going to do is put a selection of little gifts or presents on. So I've taken some scraps from the John Next Door box kit, the Christmas one from 2022. And these are just scraps of paper from the paper pad that's in there, or you can use the new paper pad with these patterns in. And I've just spray glued a piece of white card and stuck the paper down. And that means that I've got them nice and strong. I can actually cut these into various shapes. You can use your trimmer. You can use your paper trimmer if you want to. But I find a pair of scissors is easier. And all I'm going to do is cut these into some nice present shapes. So I like that one there. So we'll have this one. I'll just chop that one down. Perhaps that can go there. We might need a little sort of fourth parcel for the bottom, so I'll use this lovely damask paper here. So just choose what you want. You could use dies for this and cut them out with dies and give yourself, you know, a really nice sort of gift box shape. There we go. And I think one more little square one. So let's go for some dots, shall we? So let's just trim off a little piece of that, and we'll trim ourselves a little square down. So all I'm doing is cutting down some little parcel shapes. Make that a little bit smaller. There we go. There we go. So we've got our little presents. So just to make those stand off, let's get rid of these little scraps here. I'm going to use one of the Craft Artist quick dry ink pads, and I'm using Cinnamon, which is a beautiful brown colour and is great for sort of adding a little bit of colour on the edge. And all I'm going to do is give a little bit of reflection by flicking around in the air each of those presents. And this just gives a sort of full line to it and makes them look a little bit more sort of 3D. So just going around the edge of each gift. You can use things like your distress ink and things like that, but because it's a sort of shine paper, you want something that's just going to work. But if you can see, it just gives you that little edge as if the gift is sort of in shadow. So finish off the last two of these. So I've got all my gifts now, just with a little bit of colour on the edge. And what I want to do is I'm going to bring in my spray box, and I'm going to take a few of my little strips of the satin and gloss card. You can apply these with glue, but I find it easier just again to use a little bit of spray glue. So I'm just going to spray glue over the backs of these, and we can add the sort of ribbons wrapped on there. So I'll take one of these, we'll take our tall one, and I think that would look nice there. And we'll put that across there. Works really well with this stripe. And just turn it over, or from the front, chop it off. So there's our first piece. So we'll take a little bit of foam tape, and we'll add that onto the back. This is a great way to use up your scraps and make quick Christmas cards. Or if you've got the Matt's tree from this year, you could actually use that. So you could actually use that and pop the Christmas tree in as well. So let's see if we can get a gloss one. So here we go. We'll pop that just in the middle of this one. And again, a little bit of foam tape on the back. We'll have that present there. Then I've got this nice sort of square one. So with him, I'm going to add one piece of foam tape, 2 pieces, because it's going to go over this box here. And then one little bit on one side. And then again, we're just going to take one of our strips, our sort of ribbon strips, and we'll pop that nicely in the middle. And I just want to make sure that the double side goes there. So it's leaning over that one. We've got a couple more, haven't we? So let's go with a little bit of gloss, perhaps. No, let's get a little bit of gloss one. There we go. So we'll put that on the present. And just trim that off neatly. A little bit of foam tape on the back of him. And we'll pop him on. Have him there. And then we've got this little square one that I'm just going to go and make a complete cross on. So we're going across top and bottom, just like you would wrap a present, and chop it off. A little bit more foam tape. And we'll add that gift on. So you can see there, we've got a beautiful selection of little presents. So all we need to do now is to literally add on our bows. And to do this, I'm using a little bit of Pin Flare glue gel. You can use a normal glue if you want to, but I find that the glue gel is just a little bit neater in terms of the bow. So let's take a little bit of glue on the back with a cocktail stick, and obviously we'll have a little bow there. Then we'll have one at the top of this one. There we go. We might go for a slightly smaller bow here. There we go. Just need to build that one up a little bit more, so this is where the glue gel comes in handy. There we go. We'll take another little one there in the middle of that gift, and we'll take a final smaller one here just on the top of that gift. And you see there we've got those beautiful presents with their bows all attached. And we're going to add our little sentiment. We've got a little piece stuck there, so let's take that out, which is our Christmas bells. A little bit of spray glue on that, and we'll just add that to the top. And if you want to add any more sort of decoration in, you can then use the little bells that come in the set just to be hanging down. And there we go, a really quick and simple card using scraps that really is the essence of Christmas.